Hey, how's it going? How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Jeff Welsh here. And good morning on this Wednesday morning. It's another beautiful day here in Morgantown, West Virginia. And today I have another great message for you. We're going to talk about briefly, just for a few minutes here to start your day off, having a positive mindset and leading by example. And I was meeting with one of my coworkers here at the studio earlier this week, and it popped into my head about an incident we had many years ago regarding about negative thoughts. And actually, it made me realize that several times within our early years of our business, we had lots of different negative things and negative energy floating around the space. And whenever that happened, it was not uncommon for my business partner and I to cut the head off of the negative beast, so to speak, and just get it out the door, because negativity is a disease in my opinion, and it leads to nothing but bad things. And I want to give you an example of one of those things that happened here many years ago. It's no longer a situation, but really what ultimately happens whenever you have a negative attitude in whatever environment you're in. It could be your work, it could be your personal life, it could be within a group of friends, whatever. Negative attitudes create negative energy, okay? And negative energy creates negative results, all right? So anytime there's bad stuff going on and bad attitudes, it does nothing but compound itself, right? That's just kind of the way that the universe works. However, in reverse, whenever we have a positive attitude, even through tough situations where it's very difficult to, have a positive mindset, our bodies so often, our minds so often kind of want to just go right to the bad, right? And complain. Positive attitudes create positive results. And I'm going to give you a good example of something that I went through many years ago within business. And there was a time where we had a business associate that, in certain situations had negative energy and didn't work well with certain personalities. And whenever that occurred, it just compounded and made things much, much worse. There was a specific incident, and I'm not going to name names, or I'm not going to name, give you detailed information, but I just kind of am using this as an example where this specific individual complained a lot about a client, and which, that type of, and it's not to the client. That right off the bat should be like something you shouldn't be doing. You should not be making complaints about clients specifically, which they did it in such a way in an environment that it expanded throughout other team members. The negativity moved from one individual to the next, and it caused what it did. It ended up causing poor output of work for that client. And the crazy part about it is that client was paying their salary. Okay. So, that negativity that individual had led to poor results. And that also led to the client leaving. Okay. And that's just bad news. This compounded over time, and it didn't happen a ton, but just in certain situations it occurred, and it just wasn't good. And really what ultimately ended up happening, it forced management to make a tough decision and to remove this specific individual, this team member. And that's never an easy thing or a good thing that anybody wants to go to. But, it reshaped the attitude of the team in a negative light. And once we were able to, remove that situation that kept occurring, it allowed us to then positively reshape the attitude of the team to not do that in the future. And, that was a positive, that was a good thing for obvious reasons, but it's a no-win situation when you have that negative attitude within an environment. So we always try to like remove that as quickly as possible. What are some things that you could do as opposed to being negative about a certain situation? Well, you rather than complaining, you could focus your energy on solving the problem that you're complaining about. That's what I always try to do, and it's not an easy thing to do, but it definitely is a better route to go when it comes to that situations. Ultimately in the end, if you can take your energy and focus it on solving the problem that you're complaining about, you'll end up being a stronger person after solving the problem. May not be easy, may not be an easy problem to solve. It may be an easy problem to solve. You just don't know. But you end up being a stronger individual if you can kind of redirect that energy to the positive. You also save yourself a ton of time from having other meetings or multiple meetings and bringing other people in around the topic that is challenging. You'll ultimately build better relationships with people, when you have the opportunity to refocus your energy. You'll feel better about yourself, and you'll also lead by example. And that's the most important thing, to lead by example, because those people that are around you in your environment, especially when you're a leader, are going to kind of follow your actions. And if they're negative and bad actions, that's a direction and a road that you just definitely do not want to go down. So I wanted to share that story today because all too often I find that, these type of situations arise when it's very easy for the mind to go to the negative and the bad, when actually it takes just as much energy to flip that and say, okay, whatever trigger is making you go down that negative road, figure out a way to catch yourself and go down the positive road. Because in the end, you're just gonna be a better person for it, and you're gonna go down a better path, and you're gonna lead by example. And those that are following you are gonna go in a better direction, and it's gonna help out the team and the group as a whole. So that's my morning message for you guys today. I just kind of wanted to share that. This is a top of mind situation that I came to back to the foreground here this week, and I just thought that was a positive tip there for you this week. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's morning message. I hope you are all doing well. Again, please like and subscribe the video, share it. You'll do wonders for helping us with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll greatly appreciate it. Maybe I'll even do a little funny little dance for you, and rub my belly and pat my head and sing praises. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.